As a sourcing manager working with a complex global supply chain, I need a resilient system that offers me options should any issues arise. I need to be able to anticipate and decrease risk by easily monitoring developments with both my suppliers and the logistical infrastructure used to get their products to my business. The Social Business Analyst role and PartSupply for product, procurement, and sourcing managers provide you with the insights you need to perform supply chain optimization. I'm using the NetVibes dashboard to monitor all of our current bearing suppliers. We can easily see how many articles related to geographical risk factors are associated with each supplier, how they are changing over time, and which locations around the world are potential hotspots for risk categories, such as political instability, public health, and severe weather. Any data points that warrant further investigation can be drilled into to understand the root cause. While reviewing the Financial Risk tab, I see that a number of suppliers have been implicated in the breaking of competition laws. This is an important factor to consider because we have strict corporate social responsibility guidelines. Furthermore, their legal issues could hamper their ability to deliver, or they could even go out of business. I know that Supplier 2 is at risk, but how could this risk affect my company? I'll hand it over to the component manager to determine this. I can see how many parts from Supplier 2 we are using, and decide to discuss the issue directly with the supplier in 3D Swim. We still have concerns about this supplier, so I'm going to review the parts currently provided by them and identify possible alternative bearing suppliers in PartSupply, which provides access to our own parts catalog, as well as those of over 900 suppliers. I've selected the first bearing to identify similar ones, and bearings from Supplier 4 appear to be good alternatives. After adding them to a comparison, I can see that they have the same E-class category, are approximately the same size, and Supplier 4 is already a trusted supplier, so I have alternates for this bearing. I can then record this information in my company ecosystem. I found an alternate for one part at risk. Now I need to do so for the remaining bearings from Supplier 2. However, some parts do not have alternates available in my company's own parts catalog. For this last part, we perform the same search. One potential alternate is identified, but when we add it to the comparison, we see that the proposed part from Supplier 4 is not a viable alternate. It's a different type and does not have the same E-class category. Therefore, I am extending the similarity search to all 900 plus suppliers found in PartSupply. This time, when I perform the search, I do find a potential alternate from Supplier 7, and I can confirm in the comparison that this is a viable alternate. Now that we have identified a supplier that is able to provide the bearings we need to replace, the sourcing manager needs to check if Supplier 7 has all the requirements to be added. In addition to the other metrics, I'll review the breakdown by innovation as well as corporate social responsibility. We see that Supplier 7, as well as having the ability to provide the parts we need, also has good share of voice when it comes to innovation and CSR. Thanks to Social Business Analyst and PartSupply on the cloud, we've been able to easily replace a potentially damaging supplier with better alternatives.